Hi, and welcome to day 4 of the 5-day Prenatal Teacher Training. Today, we're going to be talking about power, our core, what it means, how to engage it, how to strengthen it safely and effectively and therapeutically for pregnancy. There are so many myths surrounding pregnancy and exercise. It actually wasn't until 2001 that the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology announced that it was okay for pregnant women to exercise a half hour a day if everything's within normal limits. Coincidentally, that's the year that I started teaching, so there were so many myths. I remember going to a prenatal class because that's kind of what you do when you start teaching. You take other people's classes and steal stuff. And it was just so gentle and flowy. It felt good, but I remember sitting outside drinking tea near some pregnant mamas after and hearing them all talk about what a great class it was. And then one of them saying, but my low back's been hurting me so much lately. And I thought, that's not really what should be happening after class. We want our classes to take away the pain, not cause the pain or make it worse. So when I look at a pregnant mama whose belly is growing, whose baby is going to be like almost the weight of a bowling ball, and she's got to carry this thing around, and then once it's out, figure out how to carry baby, in her arms. I feel like we need our core power more than ever. Personally, I'm not someone who is ever going to have a six-pack body, belly. I mean, I'm 54, so no, never. But even when I was 30, I just have a more kind of flexible, organic body versus the toned muscular, right? So you can kind of put yourself on the spectrum. I'm over here, very loosey-goosey, and so are pregnant mamas, which maybe is why I was drawn to teach them because I can relate. We all need a lot of strength, which we talked about in Sacred Step 2, and power. What's the difference between strength and power? So strength lies in our center. And when we're going to give birth, right, it's going to be all us. No matter what wonderful support we have around us, we're going to have to tap into our own strength. Power, I see as more about connecting to support, right? So we talked about how the deep abdominals are in the back of the body, exhaling. This area, remember, is what kind of we connect to when we want to feel that sort of more universal connection, right? If you're part of a community, which you are now, a kula in Sanskrit, community of the heart, it's that sense of we got your back. You're being supported on your journey. And in addition, when we root down from our core, we're connecting to the support of the earth. So I want you to open up to this idea that engaging and strengthening and using our core isn't about sucking the belly in. It's about what we do with it. Nothing in the body is static. Everything is moving, and we always want to be supporting that movement, that flow of energy. So with our core, we're going to be engaging our low belly and rooting down, all as one movement. So that's what we're going to be doing in our 2 poses today. But first, I just want to dive a little deeper into core for pregnancy. Why is it so important? What do we want to avoid? We talked about the foundational principle of making space for baby. If you were to suck your belly in, you would definitely not be making space for baby. So that's not really what we're going to be doing. In fact, if you're teaching crunches in class or, deep abdominals, we're probably going to want to give our pregnant mama another variation, maybe a supported Baddha Konasana or any supported forward bend. But there is a way in which there's a gentle hugging in that's natural that happens on the exhale. And what I want you to do is do your ha breath and just feel that gentle connection. So inhale through your nose, puff your chest. Exhale through your mouth and gently draw a low belly below your belly button. Even add a little kegel, lifting your pelvic floor and root down through your hips. Right? So inhaling, releasing that and just getting long, expanding the back body. Staying as high, as tall as you can. Exhale, little kegel, belly in, rooting down. In this way, we can be actually strengthening our core when we're pregnant safely without taking away space from baby on every breath, with every breath. And you as a teacher can easily start to teach this. Inhale and, right? Hug in, lift up, stretch and reach. But the exhale is always about gently drawing belly in and rooting down. It can be releasing downwards through your shoulder blades. It can be expanding outwards, right? But it's that sense of allowing yourself to release into support. And we're going to build on this in more strengthening poses. So let's go ahead and stand and we'll do a tree pose. I love doing tree pose because it's a chance for pregnant women to go beyond what they think they can do. And this is an important part of our prenatal yoga, is to help people discover something deeper than just the limitations of their mind, right? This wellspring of strength and power. So bring your feet together, touch the wall with your right fingertips, and then take your foot to your inner thigh. If it doesn't quite get there, it's okay. You can go below your knee. Just try not to press on your knee. And then take a nice breath. Just settle. Just release into the support of the earth. And then press your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. Magnetize it there. So remember, our strength is on the mujja, the midline. The more we connect to that midline, the more we access it, the more we create these boundaries, these safe boundaries. Now, even here, we're going to add a little play. Remember, nature is never static. It's always moving. So stick your booty out, take your top of your thigh back, give it a little shake. Now, this doesn't only release the lower back and make space for baby in the back of the pelvis. If you keep your thigh back, you're actually making space for step 4. As you exhale, draw your belly in and lengthen your tailbone down. So it's going to look like this. Your thigh is back, and then you're lengthening this way. Your hips are wrapping, you're rooting down towards your heel. And the combination of 3 and 4 gives you this fire in your belly, otherwise known as Mula Bandha. And this lifts up like a flame. You might maybe look at something that's more steady, like a dot on the floor, and maybe take your hands away. Exhale, root down through your straight standing leg into the earth. Picture roots growing wide and deep. Every inhale, puff your chest a little bit and follow with your arms. See if you can make it more about what you're doing inside the pose than trying to get to some outer shape. Exhaling, connecting to your core, rooting into support. Inhale, starting to feel a little freer. Stretching your arms up and hugging the midline even with your arms. Every exhale, rooting down. Every inhale, maybe start to lift your heart, lift your gaze, maybe even starting to look up at the ceiling. Even if you fall over, it's okay. It's not very far to place your foot. All right, let's try the other side. Standing on your left leg, place your foot, and this time push it back a little. So this is a little trick. Now, when you hug in and you use your foot to push back, it's a little easier to take this groin back, to open up the back of the pelvis. Think of this as like the feminine, and then exhale, the masculine tailbone roots into that space you've opened. So every exhale, growing roots downward. Every inhale, starting to expand. And here's a little spoiler alert. The last element is air. Think about air, how much it loves to move. We open up a window and out it goes, in it comes. Every exhale, rooting to support. And every inhale, starting to experience that freedom of the motion of air through your body. In other words, vata or prana, power, wisdom, flowing through in a whole new way, in a way maybe you didn't think it could. Palms together and release. All right, last pose, take your legs wide. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Take your legs even wider. I don't even have to see you. I know. You can take up more space in the world. Turn your right toes out and your left toes away and bend into the front knee. Just check your knee. And it should be right over your ankle. And then take a breath. Soften. On your inhale, lift your toes and hug your legs in toward each other like you're trying to fold your mat in half. Lean forward and scoot your booty back. Give it a little shake. I just had a flashback to this week of workshops with my teacher when I was trying to get pregnant. And we put the watery energy of play even into really difficult poses like this. On your exhale now, keep your thighs back, fire up your quads. Exhale, belly in, root down through your tailbone. Press down through your back heel. Inhale the arms, look past your fingertips. After 2.5 years of trying to get pregnant, that was the week I got pregnant. I don't know. We don't get to know why. We just get to do the best we can to create a spacious, strong container for prana. Looking past your fingertips, what is it that's gestating within you right now? Make space for it. Create a strong container by inhaling, hugging in from the fingertips, from the toes. Soften the groins. Allow yourself to be playful with it. Root down. Stand in your power. And enjoy the process. Place your hands on your hips. Straighten your front leg. Turn your left toes out. Right heel away. Bend into the front knee. So now you can do all the steps with me. Take a deep breath and soften. Inhale, hug in to your center, to your strength. Use that strength to take your booty back, inner thighs widen back and apart. Exhale, belly in, root down. Drop your tailbone like an anchor. Inhale, expand in all directions. Whatever feels a little bit challenging, scary, whatever is really kind of making you nervous, picture that beyond your fingertips. Picture meeting it with all of you. Spaciousness, your strength, your playfulness, your power. And feel the freedom. Place your hands on your hips. Heel to your feet closer together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The last day, we're going to talk about freedom, about taking whatever's arising within you and following it, your desire, what's drawing you, what's exciting for you. There are so many different ways to continue learning and studying, and I want to talk about many of them with you. And I also really want to invite you to reach out to me if you have questions, if you have specific desires. I am here to support you on your Ma path, the path to stepping into your highest, most powerful, wise, and nurturing Ma self. Thank you so much. Enjoy your power. Namaste.